moon.
Once we got the Worlds, we had a couple teams from overseas. I think the one team was from China, and their bot was lifting like 17 feet with their scissor lift, and it was just crazy. But it was awesome to see that innovation to really, well, they never said you had to leave them on the ground when you stacked them. They just said you needed to get them up off the ground.
Yeah. But then my other thing would be, what if you decided to make a stack 3 tall and then scissor lift that additional 12, 13 feet?
Yeah, it was pretty high scoring. Speaking of high scoring, we are into Autonomous here. Autonomous can make such a huge difference. Red, their points are racking up as I speak. 32 points allegedly for the Red right now. Blue, we got some motion. Looks like a good delivery and a park. Courtesy of team 20831.
Drivers,
Looks like
pick
we
up
got
your
two
controllers.
sister teams here, 20831 and 20831, both on the Blue Alliance. We'll see how they work together in this match here.
I like how when teams are right back to back with their numbers, they're generally sister teams. Mm-hmm. In DC, we have the problem that we all got founded at the exact same time. So there's about 6 teams in a row in FRC that all have the same number or are within 2 or 3 digits of each other, and everybody always looks, oh, are you guys sister teams? And we're like, no, that's my rival school. They just happen to have been founded the exact same year, the exact same week, the exact same month that I was.
Funny stuff. So we've got some action over here. We got 2 blue robots in the warehouse fighting over those freight. We got 1 red robot outside looking to make deposits to that hub. Looks like we got a robot trying to go over that barrier, trying to contest the shared shipping hub. Blue has it in their favor, but we did just see a penalty flag being waved by that referee.
I didn't see exactly what that penalty was for there because they didn't bump the shipping hub. I'm not sure what happened there.
Yeah, so I have to double check.
It might just be a minor for moving too many pieces because it looks like they only went down 10 points.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like 2831 was able to put another one on the top of their shipping hub, and they're going again for it.
Yeah. 2821 looking to upset the balance on the shared hub.
But look at that top though, just loading up. As we get ready for these last 30 seconds, we see teams racing off to the ducks. Once again, I really want to see people having custom ducks. Like, I want teams to go customize their ducks. I remember customizing a game piece used to be very big at either the end of the season or just because you had the individual game piece.
Yeah. We got a couple ducks falling off for the Blue Alliance. That's what your camera is currently looking at. So far, looks like they got at least 4. 1 is left there standing on the wheel. The buzzer counted them out. But a solid performance by both alliances. 76-52 is your unofficial score here. 2 in the top, 3 in the middle for the red hub. 2 on the red side of the shared hub. Over on the blue side, 4 in the shared hub, 2 in the top, 1 on the bottom, according to that banner across the bottom of your screen.
And it's crazy how much information we actually store in these banners.
Oh, yeah.
There's information everywhere.
Yeah, it even says that the red Alliance hub is currently balanced, while the blue is not. Oh, look at that! We've got...
It has been ranked as a tie. We have a tie score of 76-76 with a 32-point autonomous to a 22-point autonomous, a 32-point driver control to a 30-point driver control, and a 22-point endgame to a 24-point endgame. The Red Alliance suffering an unfortunate 10-point penalty.
10-point penalty cost them the win there.
Unfortunately.
Now, once again, we're going to have a short break, and we're just going to more than likely talk through this break just to allow our teams a chance to reset themselves, as we will be seeing the exact same teams right back at it again.
All right. So, going back to old FTC challenges. So, of course, bowled over, a fantastic challenge. My favorite, though, of all time would have to be Ring It Up. Would you agree with that?
Bring It Up was a good year for sure. It was enjoyable to to see all kinds of different stuff going on. That was a year that was interesting for us because we decided to try for the first year to go with an Omnibot. So 4 Omni wheels, before Mechanism wheels were a thing. Well, in FTC, I guess. But so we were using Omni wheels, and it helped us get around. But then we realized that we could easily be pushed around. So then we came back to the next competition with a normal drivetrain, and that worked out a little bit better. But
see, when I used Omni wheels, I had to use an X drive, so I couldn't get pushed as much.
Yep.
And when I did that, that was when I was working with Vex Robotics. I wasn't doing FTC at that time. I was doing FRC and Vex.
Mm-hmm.
And even with that X drive, it was always just, oh, yay, I'm the fastest thing out here. I can zip halfway across.
You were...
But every time I go to brake, I slid an extra 3 feet.
Yes. Yeah, you slide super fast, and you are easily pushed compared to a bot with... I mean, we were actually one of the teams that used... They had these high traction wheels for 1 year, I believe, because they got so much traction that they would destroy the foam field.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so by the time Worlds came around, I think they banned them right before Worlds, and they were like, hey, you can't be using them because they are going to mess up our field. And so, but when you had, you know, what we went through for back then was just unlimited traction, so we could just, you know, if someone decided to try to play defense, you could just push them a little bit, and you're good to go.
Yeah.
I mean...
I think that's another wonderful thing is that every time there's a new innovation, first rushes to test it 3 or 4 times to say,
is this...
Are we going to allow these or are we going to take them off?
Right.
Yeah.
Because
I prefer when they do that between seasons as opposed to during seasons.
Yes. Yeah, sometimes it's needed. Like that one, it might have been needed because there were people in Autonomous, if you ran up against the wall hard and just kept spinning, it would just tear
you just shred it.
Yeah, so but with everything else, they do normally wait till between seasons to do it.
Yeah.
Now, I know with our FRC fields, it is a lot harder to tear up. Doesn't mean it doesn't get done, because we destroy fields. We destroy fields, but it's a lot harder to do. We don't have nice foam and nice soft impact surface. No, we have your rough, standard classroom carpets.
Yeah. More like we honestly. Yeah. So we've got a question in chat. Somebody giving a tip to the game design committee talking about splitting the field in half with walls. So yeah, that's an idea certainly, but then at that point, what makes FTC different from FLL? Granted, you would still be working with an alliance partner, but I kind of like the idea of, you know, that inter-alliance interaction, you know? So there's nothing saying that you can't go to your opponent's, with air quotes, warehouse. You know, you can traverse the field pretty freely. So if you ever want to see some backlash for dividing a field in half, take a look at the 2015 FRC Challenge Recycle Rush.
Yep, just about to bring that one up. That was exactly.
Yeah, you can't talk about that one.
Recycle Rush. I talk about it all the time because I loved it and hated it as a year. Loved it as a human player. Hated it for dealing with my robot. You could not cross the field. You had to keep stuff on your side of the field for the most part. There was only certain objects that could go in certain places. The only part that, like I said, that I loved was throwing pool noodles and littering the other field with pool noodles. I was throwing pool noodles.
All right, we are transitioning over here into Teleop period. A strong performance in Autonomous by the Red Alliance. 2 robots completely parked in that warehouse.
Drivers, pick up your controllers. 3, 2, 1.
And away goes Teleop. 2 red robots in the warehouse looking to collect. Looks like a blue robot's kind of caught up on those barriers. Hopefully they can get themselves out. Going back and forth, trying to gain some momentum to get over that spike. We've got 1 blue robot close to the shared hub, not quite capitalizing on it yet. We got a couple elements up in the red hub. Looks like we got a blue robot down by the shared hub, looking to contest that shared hub. Those robots are head-to-head, trying to take care of that shared hub.
Now, looking at this blue background, all I really can think about is a wrestling mat.
Yeah, that might be what it is, to be perfectly
Keeps
honest.
giving me a fight mentality as these bots go head to head.
Yeah.
As I'm like, oh, they're on the wrestling mat. It's time to go.
And we see
Going to war.
We see a penalty flag come up from that referee in the bottom left corner. If you look at the shared hub, you'll notice that is now rotated in a rather unfavorable way. So a small mistake from 20828, but Blue, recognizing that is now tilted in a way that's harder to get to, they're going to have both of their robots focus on their alliance hub, which is a good strategic call. We're getting close to end game here. No robots near the ducks yet.
Now, in a situation like this where you've already caught the penalty for turning the shared hub, would you continue to just overload your shared hub? Or would you go and try to take on the other goal?
It's a tough call. So I think Blue made the right call in avoiding it, because if they know that they can't safely get to there without getting a penalty, then focus on that alliance hub. Whereas
I was looking for red.
Yeah, it's a toss-up. So it's still a viable scoring option, because no matter what, it's still going to be 4 points per element that you put on there, and it keeps you away from your alliance partner. They focus on one thing, you focus on another thing. So I would still go for it. And look at those end game scores. We've got 3 ducks for the red, 2 ducks for the blue, an alleged score of 82-39. I always like looking at the aftermath of a match and seeing the ducks that were placed on the barcode in the exact same position. They are very stoic. Nothing has disturbed them. They are rock solid.
I mean, but then that also gives credit to the drivers when you see them traversing this entire field just to leave a duck perfectly perched where it started. And our official score is coming in with a red victory of 112-39 points. Red breaking that triple-digit barrier.
Yeah, and that's even
once again with a point
penalty. They stayed up with that too. That's impressive.
And now with our point breakdown, we have a 46-point autonomous to an 11-point autonomous, a 42-point driver control to a 10-point driver control, and a 54-point endgame to an 18-point endgame. Once again, that is a strong hold, even with that 30-point penalty for moving it.